29/07/2020. This is the daily Landsblog. See what I did there, Case? I gave the date and then I gave the month in terms of the number. And you know what? The only one that I really know, I know January and February. Obviously, that's 1, 2. I know July because my birthday's in July. And obviously, I know December and November because that would be 11 and 12.
You're not that sharp.
I'm not that sharp. No one ever said that I was sharp. Actually, people have said I'm sharp. People have said I'm, what did Trump call himself? A something genius.
Stable genius?
Stable genius. The fact that you have to tell people that you're stable probably means you're not stable. And I want to talk about the presidency of the United States, not in the context of Donald Trump, but in the context of Kanye West. Kanye West has been diagnosed in the past with bipolar disorder. He has had very erratic behaviors at different times in his life. He has done things that his family said were bizarre and his family attributed to his illness. And a couple of weeks ago, he came out and said he wants to run for president of the United States, which a lot of people found bizarre because it came out of nowhere and because he is not registered to be on the ballot. So in a lot of states, including some big states with a lot of impact on the election, he has not registered. So my point is this: that
he's trying to eat the microphone.
Hey, Riggs, no, you can eat a lot of things. The microphone, not one of them. So he had his first campaign appearance. I think it was in North Carolina. It doesn't really matter where. He said some things that were just bizarre, erratic. He talked about slavery and he talked about abortion. And I don't quite know what to make of it because I certainly don't want to be critical of somebody who's acting out based on their illness. But by the same token, what he said I found to be offensive. And as a citizen in Canada or the United States or anywhere, we have the right, and I would say the obligation, to call people out when they say things that we don't agree with. But I don't know what to do with him because on one hand, he has had erratic behavior in the past. On the other hand, though, there is a personality that exists underneath the layers of mental illness, right? If you have bipolar, and can you attribute everything that you do that might be out of line, that might be silly, ridiculous, offensive to your illness? I mean, there's no answers to these, right, Case? Like, you don't know where the illness stops and just weird begins, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I just want to say that I think that we need to give him the benefit of the doubt and look at it like, hey, you know what? He's got an illness. And bipolar is such a difficult illness to treat and could come out in such unpredictable ways. Like depression is pretty predictable, right? You know, like depression. That was my depressed face. But bipolar can just create this erratic behavior. Okay, Case, quick question. Do I understand what the part of manic depression is? Do I understand mania?
You don't have firsthand experience.
So then I would be a hypocrite if I said, yeah, I understand it. Because my point is continually when it comes to depression, that if you haven't suffered from it, if you haven't battled it, if you haven't felt it, then you can never, ever, ever understand it. And I look at mania the same way. I look at people who have these erratic behaviors based on being bipolar and being manic. And I have no idea why you can't just say, don't gamble that money. Don't have sex with someone that in a different time you wouldn't want to have sex with. What's he doing over there?
He's eating this.
Hey, Carl. Okay, you keep an eye on him, and I'll say this: SickNoneWeek.com, 24 hours a day, 425 days a year. What do you think about Kanye? Which way do you lean? Do you give him the benefit of the doubt and say, poor guy, obviously he's acting out based on his illness, or do you say, dude, you're in the public forum, you're talking about running for president. If this is your illness talking, your family needs to intervene and make a difference.